What's up, guys? Welcome to the B Parlay of the day for January 2nd, 2022. Yes, 2022, we're back. We did not go on yesterday. Had a fun night out in the town the night before, so did not get on, guys. But remember, picks are always on the site. We always have a bunch of picks, articles, and all that good stuff. So we are back today on a little early head of the Patriots game. If anyone's going to the Patriots game, come say hi. I will be there, so that would be fun. We want to meet the B Parlay Army. We want to spread the B Parlay Army all over the place, guys, and we're here to win money. That's how it works. So hope everyone is doing well. Got a lot of exciting stuff to talk about today. Follow me on social at Tanner Kern on IG, at Tanner Kern _ on Twitter, and hammer the subscribe button. 12-4 against the spread in week 16. Let's see what we can do this week. Also, biggest news of the day. Are we ready for this? The NHL curse is broken. Now, these parlays are from 2 days ago. December 31st. We missed yesterday, but the NHL parlay has been broken. I was thinking about getting on and just making a video about the NHL parlay being broken, but this hit. Oilers, Devils over 6. I believe there are 11 goals scored in that game. Rangers money line, Capitals money line. Both those hit. Big time win for the team. Big time win for B Parlay. The hockey curse is over, and that means we're going to continue rolling, continue winning money here on the channel. All right, so parlay of the day, January 2nd, 2022. Let's get into it. We'll do basketball, hockey, college basketball, then we'll go back to football. So we'll start here. Heat versus Kings under 221. Pacers, Cavs under 215. Again, NBA unders have been very good to us this year. And then Celtics 10.5. I like the Celtics against the Magic today at home. I know it's a big spread to cover, but again, Boston surprises us a lot, and sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't. If they show up today, they will cover this with ease. I expect them to show up. Hockey, Bruins money line, Rangers money line, and then Jets versus Knights under 6. I know everyone's going to be like, why are you playing the under in this game? Why are you playing the under? I don't think there's going to be a lot of pucks on net in the Jets versus Knights game. I really don't. I think it stays under 6. Hopefully it stays under 6. We will see. But I've been doing a lot of, I was doing a lot of NHL unders. I hit with an over the other day. The unders have not been treating me good, but again, I do like the matchup with Jets versus Knights going under 6 tonight. Bruins money line. And then Rangers money line as well. Hardwood college basketball, UNC versus BC under 139, Northwestern +2, and then Penn State +2.5. Both Northwestern and Penn State are at home today, home dogs. I love that. Tight home dogs. I love betting in college basketball because of how much momentum and energy the arena plays into that. Combined odds +584, $100 wager pays out $684. All right, let's go to college football or NFL football now. Got a comment in here. Not as many people on. Let's go. Let's make some green paper. I do it, George. Georgia was a great call. I don't know what I was thinking of Michigan when I watched that game. I have no clue what I was thinking. College football has been okay to me as of late. Yesterday, anytime you say under, I go over. Eruptive. That's not eruptive. You can't. Are we talking hockey? If we're talking hockey, yes. If we're talking the other stuff, I've been pretty damn good with those. Come on now. Come on. Got some more. Fernando Montoya. They're all rolling in. The one thing I will say, guys, what was I saying before? NHL, NCAA, bowl games. First of all, Matt Corral getting hurt last night ruined my chances with Ole Miss. That was very early in the night that happened. You know, hopefully he's okay, whatever. Hopefully it doesn't affect his draft stock too much. But it lost me a bet him getting hurt, so that sucked. Now, I want to give a shout-out to whoever the backup quarterback is for Utah. I don't even know his name. But when the starter went out, and the backup came in, there was like they're making a big, the announcer's making a big deal about a freshman, a walk-on freshman who's never thrown a pass in a game. I thought we were done. Luckily, Utah covered. They did not win. I don't care if they win because I had them at +4 and they covered by a point. Good teams win, great teams cover. Shout out to that freshman. You are the true MVP for the bettors of America. Any NFL upsets you see? I like the Dolphins today at +3. I don't know what their money line is exactly, but I would take that for positive odds right now. We'll go through the book a little bit. I live in Illinois. I can't take Northwestern. Give me another pick. All right, so obviously you let me get you another pick. I mean, come on. There's no bet. We don't bet teams. We bet numbers. Come on now. Hey, but Northwestern, that line just dropped to +1.5. Oof. So it was a 2. I don't like +1.5. I like 2. I got it at 2, but. Let's see here. So obviously you could try to middle it. You could take Michigan State money line and Northwestern +1.5. That would be baller bet. Big parlay win there if that hit. All right. Savas wants another NCAA basketball bet. What do you guys think? Let's see. BC Notre. I kind of like BC +7 at home versus North Carolina. And I like the under in that game a lot, 139. Both those teams play very good defense, but BC has been good at home against good teams. So I think BC +7 is a very good bet. Any upsets? A lot of games on day. So much money to be made today. Going to put another huge parlay. Yeah, huge parlays, guys. Huge parlay, small risk. Those are the big time. All right, let's talk about NFL. For the crowd out there that's, oh, Tanner Kern makes up his lines. We know who we're talking about. Tanner Kern makes up his lines. Tanner Kern, you're going to see the Raiders and Colts. That's at -8 right now. You're going to see the Eagles. I believe that's still at 4. And then Washington, or then Rams, Ravens. I think that's probably still at 3.5. Let me see here. Rams, Ravens it's at 6. Holy shit. So that jumped up big. But for all the people out there that say Tanner Kern makes up his lines, Tanner Kern makes up his lines, blah, 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 nobody cares because these were the opening lines. I do these videos on Tuesday. I do the parlay video on Tuesday. This is the parlay from Tuesday. So to the Tanner Kern makes up his own lines crowd, this is from Tuesday. Do we understand that? Yeah, thank you. All right. This is the benefit of locking bets in early. Raiders versus Colts, 6.5. It's now 8. What would you rather have, 6.5 or 8? Eagles. The Eagles are still, I feel like they're still -4. Let me confirm that. They're 4.5. So now you got to win by an extra point there. And then Washington Rams, that's 6 now. It was 3.5. Now, granted, 3.5, the way football works, when you're laying 3.5, you probably got to win. You got to win by 4. You got to win by 4 for the bet to hit. But the way football scoring works, it's going to be in that 4 to 7 range. Okay. So 3.5 is still better than 6 because you can win by 4. It can be a 10-3 game, or, something with a 7. It can be a 10-6 game. That's what I mean. 10-6 game or something like that. All right. My state won't let me book any. Oh, I got you, Savas. And then thanks. All right, cool. So this is the parlay from earlier in the week. So Tanner Kern makes up his lines. I expect those comments to come in, but this is from earlier in the week. Now let's talk about the current lines that we have today. I'm going to go through. I would tell you what I would bet on these lines right now. I would still take the Colts at -8. Now that line jumped up. Carson Wentz is back. He came off the COVID list, maybe because that 5-day COVID rule now that they just put in. I don't know. But he's back. He's going to play today. So -8 there. They're going to run the ball with Jonathan Taylor, though, against the Raiders. I think they make that happen. They're at home. They're rolling right now. I can't see picking the Raiders there. That's not a bad upset bet if you if you feel the Colts are going to mess up at some point. But again, I do like the Colts at -8 here. I would totally fade the Raiders. I don't think they show up today. New York Giants versus Chicago Bears. I like the Bears at -6 today. I think they're a better football team, and the Giants are not very good. Tampa Bay Buccaneers -13.5. I love that in New York. I can't see taking the Jets against the Buccaneers, against the spread, no matter what, just because Tampa Bay has been very good this year against bad teams. When you look at, they haven't been great against the spread, but they've been good this year against bad teams covering. Atlanta, Buffalo. I'm going to take Buffalo at 14.5. I'm taking these big spreads this week. I mean, I feel more confident in the better teams. Washington football team versus the Eagles. I like the Eagles at 4.5. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that like the Washington football team at +4.5. I just can't bet them off what I saw last week against Dallas. That was atrocious. Chiefs versus Bengals. I have the Chiefs, but again, there's probably a big crowd out there that likes the Bengals because eventually the Chiefs got to mess up. I'm going to go with the Chiefs, though. You bet the hot hand. They're rolling right now. They're playing very good football. I like a lot of favorites this week. New England Patriots 16.5. I mean, I'm not gonna touch the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Patriots. Miami Dolphins, I love them at +3. If I had to pick one underdog to bet this week, it would be them. Rams, I still like them at -6. They're a better team. The Ravens are not very good right now. They have covered lately, but still, I think the Rams are a lot better team. I bet good teams. We bet teams here, or we don't bet teams, we bet numbers, but I like them at 6. I think the Rams are a better team. The Ravens are not very good. Broncos, Chargers here. Chargers at 7.5. I believe that line dropped a little bit, but I'm going to go Chargers 7.5 there. Texans, Niners at 12.5. I like all these massive spreads this week, as scary as that sounds. Cowboys 6.5 over the Cardinals. In Dallas has been playing a lot better than Arizona. Arizona's fallen off a cliff. Carolina Panthers and Saints. Hey, take the under of 37.5. That's my advice there. I would take the Saints, though. They're a better football team, even with Taysom Hill. Carolina cannot throw the football. Detroit and Seattle, I love them at 7.5. I love the Detroit Lions at 7.5. How can you not? They've been very good against the spread this year. They have Tim Boyle starting for them today, though. Now, again, Tim has not been great this year, but he's 2-0 against the spread as a starting quarterback in the NFL. Minnesota Vikings, Green Bay, 13.5. Wow, that line has jumped up a lot. I would go Vikings at 13.5, no matter what the COVID injuries are in that game. So that's a pick I will probably shift from my video just because that's such a huge spread. And then Browns, Steelers, I'm going to go with the Browns at 3.5. Now everyone's like, oh, it's Big Ben's last game, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. Browns roll and they win that football game. Let's see, maybe the over in the Cowboys game. Super cold here. Take the Bears and under 17-10. Okay, there we go. We got some inside information there. What's up, Latif? How we doing? Fernando, maybe the over in the Cowboys game. I do like the over in the Cowboys game a lot. Over 51.5. That's a great over. And then also the Kansas City Bengals over 51 is another great over. That's a good over parlay if you want to do that. Both those teams should come out and score. But a lot of these games today, I'm going to lean under on them on the totals. Giants Bears, that's such a low total. Like though I fade those totally. It's at 36.5 right now. I'm going to fade that 100% because the Bears and the Bears are capable of scoring points, as we have seen. The Giants can contribute a little bit, and then that's a little risky for them. But there's a lot of really good undervalues like Colts Raiders. I would go under on that game. I think Jonathan Taylor comes out and run the football. I think the Raiders try to match that. That game probably stays under. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Jets. That's a game where I'd probably go over just because I think the Jets might be able to put up a few touchdowns, and the Buccaneers are going to have a big day on offense. So I'd go over 45.5 there. Falcons Bills. That's a game where I'd go over as well. Let's see if there's any other value. Eagles, Washington, I'm going to go over 44.5 there. The way Washington played defense last week, the way we've seen Philadelphia play defense at times this year, and the way Jalen Hurts is playing right now. I know Miles Sanders is out. Hopefully they get him back in next week. They did not put him on the injury reserve, so there's a chance they get him back next week or for the playoffs as they get in. But again, they have one of the best offensive lines in football. They're going to be able to run the ball today, and Jalen Hurts going to have a big day. I'm getting Bengals vibe. I'm feeling the large betting spread as well. Yeah, like guys, believe me, the large betting spreads are they're slightly scary. But when we look at the spreads, like who am I going to bet the Jacksonville Jaguars at plus 60.5 this week? Like, what have they shown for me to be comfortable that they can beat a team or be within 60.5 points on the New England Patriots? When we look at those spreads, right, it's like I don't want to touch. When we look at those spreads, I don't want to touch the dogs because the dogs haven't shown me enough this year. The favorites have shown me some. There's a reason they're at that point in the season. The one thing we worry about with massive spreads is garbage time, especially at this point. If you got a team that's going to make the playoffs and pull some guys back and take the wheels off, yeah, that kind of scares me a little bit because, so say the Patriots are up by 24 points in the fourth quarter and they take the foot off the gas and they end up, winning by 14 points. The Jaguars score 10 in the fourth quarter, which probably isn't going to happen, but say it does, right? That's a time where the bets don't hit. Let's go. B Parlay went 3-13 on parlays and 32-17 on total bets. Cashed 1,200 units last year, up 152 units. Great vibes this year. Terry, you do the man. B Parlay Army. Tawanka, I appreciate you. I appreciate you fighting for me in the comments. I really do. It's good stuff. I love that. I would also take Green Bay and the under. Yeah, Green Bay, as much as the spread is just, it sucks. I'm going to take Minnesota at plus 13.5. The under in that game, I'll go with the under. It's going to be cold. But at Minnesota at plus 13.5, I think that's a lot. You're asking for a lot of points in that game. I want to see what that was at early, what that line opened at, because that has jumped a lot. That has jumped a whole lot. Let's see here. It opened at 6.5. It's now 13.5. I got to get the actual COVID injuries just to see what that is. But right now, at least, I can't take the Green Bay Packers at 13.5. I don't think they win that game by 13.5. Depending on the COVID injuries, I got to check those out. I did not see that line jump that high. But let's see if we can make it happen. Now the video, guys, we're gonna rank the video off of Green Bay at 6.5. I got that line at 6.5. So since it's jumped to 13.5, the score for the video is when we locked it in. So we locked it in at 6.5. So Tanner Kern makes up his lines. Green Bay 6.5. No, it opened at that. That's what I got it in at. Minnesota's quarterback is trash. Yeah, but still 13.5 is a lot of points to ask when you got weapons that Minnesota has. Minnesota does not play defense, as we know, but it's going to be a tight game. Mr. Dunlap might not totally understand sports betting is all. Nothing but great vibes to him. Yeah, Mr. Dunlap, as we know, Twonk. I didn't want to bring the name up, Mr. Dunlap. He actually said, so I commented back. I said, if you don't like the content, why are you watching? He's like, I do like the content. I just wish you wouldn't flip flop back and forth. I said, okay, that's fine. Hey, more views for the Beat Parlay Army, more members of the Beat Parlay Army. Let's go to work. All right, guys, have a great day watching football. Let's win some money. I also have one more tip for you guys. So if you're looking at like dog spreads, so for example, let me give you guys an example here. If you're looking at a dog spread, so Minnesota Vikings, right, plus 13.5 is at minus 115. All right. Now, if we go to these, if you go to winning margin, they're so much better. Okay. Here. So if you believe the Minnesota Vikings are going to cover a large spread but not win, it's minus 115. If you think the Minnesota Vikings are going to cover a spread, it's minus 115. If you go to winning margin, you can take the Green Bay Packers to win by 1 to 13 points, which is essentially Minnesota covering the spread, right? But you still think Green Bay Packers are going to win. This is for like bigger spreads. It works out well. The odds are plus 155 for that. So if you think Green Bay is going to win the game, but they're only going to win by 1 to 13 points, which is basically a Minnesota cover, that's plus 155 instead of minus 115. So you're getting a lot more value there. So just make sure you check that out as well. Now, if you like Minnesota to win the football game, which I don't think is going to happen, but plus 550. So instead of, so what's their money line at? Their money line's plus 490, right? If Minnesota was to win this game, I don't think they're going to blow Green Bay off the field, right? I think they'd probably be within 1 to 13 points in that sweet spot. Now that's plus 550. So you just got 60 extra points for that. Can't beat that. So a $100 bet, you're returning an extra $60. So that's a good strategy that I was going with the other day. Yes, NFL is not college. 13.5 is a lot. It's a lot of points. Yep. Refs might help Big Ben. Yeah, they could. Now, I'm a believer in the Big Ben, just because a guy's out or like, just because someone dies or just because someone's having their last game or just because someone's in, someone has personal issue, I feel like I don't believe in that stuff as much. I try to fade that like last night. For example, Matt Corral gets hurt. You think Ole Miss is going to come out on fire and try to win the football game for him. They didn't. They didn't have the firepower, right? So I try not to buy into that stuff as much. Good morning. What's up? Very scary to think about, but that could be real. Yes. So we got to think about it. I'm going to go against the Steelers. I've not seen anything good from the Steelers. I think Nick Chubb pounds the football, and I think the Cleveland Browns win the game and cover. What's up? Combat Vet. Have you seen the comments? Are you able to see them now? Please let me know. I'm trying to turn it on and figure it out for you. But people run off emotion. Yes, people do run off emotions. I know people run off emotions, but I try to fade that a little bit. Like there's some of my friends that are, big bettors. They'll be like, people in the industry. They'll be like, okay, this guy, this happened. This mega event happened, and they changed their pick up for that. I do that a little bit, but I try to fade it because in the end of the day, the best teams win. The best teams win, and momentum means a lot, right? But it's got to be sustained throughout a game. I bet Cleveland just thought about Ben. Yeah, 100%. I think it's a great thought. I think it's great to bring up. I don't. Is he going to win his last game? Maybe. I just don't think it's likely against Cleveland Browns. I think they're a better team, and the Steelers have just imploded this year. But anyways, guys, it was a good show. Good show. We're making money. We're making it happen. Let's go out. Let's win some money. Let's make it happen. Hope everyone has a great game. So last game for Ben won't play into Pitts. No, it will. I'm sure it'll play into Pitts. I'm sure they'll get some calls, but I still like Cleveland. Good morning. Can sports betting be considered a passive income? Yeah, if you're winning money. Of course it can. We win money here at B Parlay. Let's go. Let's make some money. Damn right. Steelers in primetime are very good. I don't trust the Steelers at all. I really don't. I bet on teams I trust. I bet on Cleveland a lot more. And so it's going to happen. So we will talk about that one tomorrow, though, guys. We'll really focus on that. And if the line shifts at any point, we will discuss that on tomorrow's video. I'm going to hop off here. Great show today. Let's win some money. Let's make it happen. Have a great day. Be Parlay Army walking into battle. Let's go win some money. Have a good one. See you later.